This is the most important thing to say this morning of Donald Trump's re-election, his return to the White House. He is president-elect. If you've just woken up and you somehow managed to get to sleep, Donald Trump has won a thumping big win. He has won at least Pennsylvania. It looks like Wisconsin and maybe Michigan as well. He's going to win Nevada, and he's going to win all 7 swing states. Big, big, sweeping, thumping win. Thumping win. I hope, as he prepares his second inaugural address, he looks back to Lincoln's first inaugural address. We are not enemies, but friends. We must not be enemies. Though passion may have strained, it must not break our bonds of affection. The mystic chords of memory will swell when again touched, as surely they will be by the better angels of our nature. Now, a lot of us are doing a tap dance because we are relieved. And many of us, including me, are very angry at elite media and the blue bubble for projecting onto you their wish casting and therefore surprising you about the result. The polling was bad again. I know that Ann Selzer is a very respected professional, and sometimes you just get a poll wrong, but her Iowa poll misled many, many people in the same way that the ABC Washington Post poll in 2020 misled many, many people about Wisconsin. That poll said Joe Biden would win Wisconsin in 2020 by 17 points, and Joe Biden won by 0.6%. The Selzer poll had Kamala Harris winning Iowa by 4 points. I don't know how much she lost it by, but it was a blowout for Donald Trump. And I don't think anyone saw Bernie Moreno winning handily. He did. The United States Senate is going to be at least 52-48 Republican because Republicans have won in Ohio, taking a seat away from Sherrod Brown. In Montana, Tim Sheehy taking a seat away from John Tester. And in West Virginia, where Jim Justice took the seat of the retiring Joe Manchin. Dave McCormick is ahead in Pennsylvania, but always be prepared to lose a close race where the 95% of the vote is in and you're only ahead by 14,000 votes. Eric Hovde is behind by double that amount in Wisconsin. I don't know what's still outstanding, but more than 95% of the vote is in. Mike Rogers is ahead in Michigan by a few thousand votes with 95% of the vote in, but that could change as well. Sam Brown is up by 800 votes, and there's a lot of Clark County to come in, so I'm not very optimistic about that. Kerry Lake is 2% down in Arizona. Possible, unlikely. So I tell you the facts, and the facts will change, and throughout the day I will bring you the facts. But I do want to play for you again in case you did not wake up for the first hour this morning. I started an hour early. Donald Trump won Michigan 51% to 47%. Donald Trump won Wisconsin 51.2% to 47.4%. He has won Pennsylvania 50.8% to 48.2%. He won Georgia by 50.8% to 48.5%. He won Arizona by 50.8% to 48.3%. He won Nevada by 51% to 46.8%. Now, all of the polls were off by at least 1.5 points, sometimes 5 points. The prediction, the models were all wrong. They cannot get the Trump voter to talk to them. They can't do it. We do know from exit polling, and that's only as good as the exit pollers are, that Donald Trump won a majority of Latino men. He won a quarter of black men. He won overwhelmingly in rural, and he won large numbers of Jews who had never voted for him before. And it's an amazing, amazing thing. We will not know the House. There are a couple of good signs in the House. A couple of seats have flipped from D to R, but we have to wait for the California dreaming. That'll be 2 weeks before we know some of these elections out there, because it's. I don't know why everyone can't be like California. I mean, Florida. You don't want to be like California. God forbid. Florida is done, packed, fixed, done, reported by 9 o'clock at night, East Coast time. Now, that would mean midnight for California. Give them 3 hours. But why? It's a bigger state. But it prefers a nightmarish system, and they choose a nightmarish system, and it reduces electoral credibility, even though there's no cheating. There's no allegation of cheating. Donald Trump may win, and in fact, looks like he is going to win the popular vote. I state again, it doesn't matter except for bragging rights. Okay, the constitutional majority is mediated by the Electoral College because we are a constitutional republic, and we do not vote directly on candidates for president. We vote through the Electoral College, and if any Democrat starts talking about faithless elector, they ought to just be shunned. Just shun them. It is time for normalcy in America and to get serious about our international threats, and they are many and growing. I do want to play for you Donald Trump's victory speech last night. This is Donald Trump, the first few minutes of his victory speech hours ago, cut number 9.
Thank you very much. Wow. Well, I want to thank you all very much. This is great. These are our friends. We have thousands of friends in this incredible movement. This was a movement like nobody's ever seen before. And frankly, this was, I believe, the greatest political movement of all time. There's never been anything like this in this country, and maybe beyond. And now it's going to reach a new level of importance because we're going to help our country heal. We're going to help our country heal. We have a country that needs help, and it needs help very badly. We're going to fix our borders. We're going to fix everything about our country. And we made history for a reason tonight, and the reason is going to be just that. We overcame obstacles that nobody thought possible, and it is now clear that we've achieved the most incredible political thing. Look what happened. Is this crazy? But it's a political victory that our country has never seen before, nothing like this. I want to thank the American people for the extraordinary honor of being elected your 47th president and your 45th president. And every citizen, I will fight for you, for your family, and your future. Every single day, I will be fighting for you, and with every breath in my body, I will not rest until we have delivered the strong, safe, and prosperous America that our children deserve and that you deserve. This will truly be the golden age of America. That's what we have to have. This is a magnificent victory for the American people that will allow us to make America great again. And in addition to having won the battleground states of North Carolina, I love these places, Georgia, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin, we are now winning in Michigan, Arizona, Nevada, and Alaska, which would result in us carrying at least 315 electoral votes. But it's much easier doing what the networks did or whoever called it, because there was no other path. There was no other path to victory. We also have won the popular vote. That was great. Very proud of that. Thank you.
I got to tell you, so many things went into his victory, but it's primarily the economy sucks. All right, the economy is terrible, and I'll bring you a market update. They're going to have a big day on the market today. I don't know what gold has done. I'll check during the break. But the economy is terrible, and that's what drove this. And we want a border. We want the wall. We want deportation of violent people. We want regularization of people willing to work. America thrives with great immigrants. And Donald Trump will get it done. And they've got a majority. Please give us a House majority so we can fix things.